Wind Down Wednesday. It's me, Janelle, and it is the first Wind Down Wednesday of 2021. Yes, it is a new year. Yay! Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about is New Year's resolutions. And even though I went, yay, it's a new year, we're all kind of like, let's face it, we're stuck in a pandemic still after 10 rough months. The city LA is basically a plague at this point. You almost are afraid to breathe your own air. Anyway, but still, we gotta go on and find the glass half full mentality, right? Okay, so New Year's resolutions. Okay, I used to make New Year's resolutions every New Year's, and I would write down a list of things by my desk in my little office of things I wanted to change, improve upon, or goals I wanted to attain. And guess what? By January 2nd at noon, most of them were already broken. So I would get a little disheartened, a little disappointed in myself, and then I'm like, oh, the Chinese New Year is just around the corner. So I start over again on the Chinese New Year, and the same thing happened. Okay, so now the next New Year that I know of is the Jewish New Year. So even though I'm not Jewish, I'm like, wait, dang, I can maybe start over again, resolve my resolutions, and make them resultful. Anyway, well, guess what? That lasted even a half a day. So I kind of realized after my own trial and error that making New Year's resolutions didn't work. Instead of resolving to change your behavior like bang, I think it's more important to try to shape your behaviors. You need to know what you want to work on, what issues you have in your personal life, in your health, goals you want to attain. But instead of trying to change something overnight, like, okay, even when times were good and everybody was having the New Year's resolution of working out and they're heading back to the gym, which they're not doing this year, at least in Los Angeles. I mean, how many of those people who never worked out before and joined a gym dropped out after 2 or 3 weeks because they didn't really like working out, especially every day like they wanted to or they thought they wanted to. So I think that you need to know what you need. You need to really think about what you want for your life to make you a better you. And you need to try to shape your behaviors instead of like going cold turkey and never making anything better for your life. So Alcohol Anonymous has this saying that every day is a new day. And I think if you think like that, like, so let's say you fork up, right? You have this resolution to, I don't know, maybe not drink Wind Down Wednesday on Wind Down Thursday and Wind Down Friday and Wind Down Saturday. But anyway, if you kind of mess up once in a while, just know that it's something you need to work on. Like, if you know you shouldn't be eating 2 quarts of ice cream, even though it is a pandemic, maybe cut back to a half a quart instead of 2 full quarts. Small changes make a big difference. And if you have a goal for your life, even if it's a tough time right now, you can still work towards your goal. I think finding a way all day long to keep track of what you want and how you see yourself, a healthier you, physically, mentally, emotionally, defining what you want to do in your life. It's all about making positive changes, but doing it. And don't hate yourself when you screw up. We all screw up. But not doing it and stopping because you broke your promise you made yourself on New Year's Eve after like multiple cocktails and crying because you were alone, or crying because you weren't alone, you hate the person you were with, or just for whatever. Just give yourself a break, but don't give yourself a complete break and not do it. Try your best to make your life the way you want it to be. Okay, so my New Year's resolution is not to change something cold turkey. I'm going to make small positive changes towards a better me. Yes. Anyway, that's how I look at it. Take that tip from me from my own experience. It's better to make a New Year's resolution when you resolve to make you a better you and shape your behaviors instead of just going cold turkey and failing. Because if you don't start again and try again, then it is a failure. And the only person you're failing is yourself, because we have one ride to this. And if you don't make you the best you can be and make yourself healthy and happy in what you're doing, then you are kind of ruining this ride that you're on. Anyway, okay, so that's how I think about New Year's resolutions. So if you've already broken them, don't feel bad. Just write them down. Look at them and say, how am I going to shape these behaviors and change things about myself that I want to change? Because really, you're making a promise to you to be a better you. And that's like the biggest and most important promise you can make. But I'm thinking, as the pandemic rages, and it's a little harder for us this year, like, I can't go to the gym, like, I want to get back into better shape. So, and I want to stop eating so much junk food. Oh, look at it, I've got chips over here. They're always right on the counter. I mean, there's things I want to do I'm going to have to work on because it is stressful right now. We are stuck at home and we're scared and we're worried about how we're going to come out of this financially, physically, emotionally. Anyway, it's a lot of pressure, but it doesn't justify bad behavior. So I had a few points I wanted to consider, you to consider. Just things I think that people in general are feeling right now. Okay, so number one, let's say you're stuck living with your partner, your boyfriend, your lover, your roommate, and the beginning of 2020, they were great. You loved them. Nothing about them bothered you because let's face it, you were at work, you were with your friends, you were doing your own thing. But after 10 plus months of living together nonstop in the same apartment or house or whatever, you hate them. You can't stand the smell of their sweat. You can't stand the way they cross their eyes, whatever it is. And you thought if this pandemic is going to end soon, you're going to have to kill them. Okay, I'm just saying, if you're really thinking ways to plot someone's imminent death right now, out of frustration and the simple joy of not having to share your space with that person, you might want to watch a Lifetime movie because guess what? They always get caught. They always get caught. It's not worth going to prison for. This will end eventually. And at the end of this, you will get away from that person if that's what you want. And if you still have a crazy moment and you decide you can't help yourself and you kill them, make sure you erase all of your browser information. Like, when you Google how to poison someone without anybody detecting it. I'm telling you, I've watched Lifetime movies a lot this year. You better erase the browser. Now, I'm not suggesting you should follow this, but if you really crack, that's all you can do. But hopefully you won't crack. Okay, so that's one thing that I think people are struggling with for a New Year's resolution, is how not to kill someone they're living with. Okay, so now there's the stressors that we have around us that have led to all sorts of bad behaviors. Okay, so first of all, if you're a smoker, cigarette smoker, ew, shame on you. They cause cancer and they stink, and I don't have anybody can kiss a smoker, frankly. But look, if you start smoking or you smoke more, you're just killing yourself and everybody around you. And those cancer sticks need to get thrown out. So this is one resolution you have to stick to, and you have to find a way to get off of them and not to harm anybody else around you. They're awful things. And they're not sexy or sophisticated, they're just gross. Okay, now you've been overindulging in chocolate, chips, food, wind down Wednesday, wind down Saturday, oh, wind down Sunday. Then, you know what, remember, a lifetime on the lips. A moment on the lips is a lifetime on the hips, right? So, if you're eating 2 containers of ice cream, make it a half a container. If you're thinking about drinking your wine through a straw, now I actually have thought about that, it won't stain my teeth, but it just makes it go down faster. Is that really a good way to be? Is that a good attitude to have? No, it's not going to help you get anywhere in life. And remember, you have this one glorious body that's been given to you, and you have to take care of it. So when you're overindulging in anything, you're just ruining the vessel that has been given to you to carry you through this journey. So stop ruining the vessel, damn it. Okay. And speaking of, smoking, whatever, I know pot is legal in California. And while I'm not opposed to the occasional medicinal marijuana, I'm just saying, becoming a pothead is a really bad idea, dude. Seriously. If you get so stoned that you can't function all the time, you're just choking up at home all the time, blah, whatever. What happens if you walk out and you're so stoned you forget to wear your mask, and some stupid guy coughs in your face, and next thing you know, got COVID and you're on a respirator? Don't get that stoned. Moderation, okay? Okay, so alcohol, pot, cigarettes, illegal narcotics, I'm not even gonna go there. But whatever it is that you're overindulging in, try to keep it in moderation. I'm not gonna tell you to give it up, moderation. Okay, now this is one thing I'm gonna have to really work on. It's here's my pet peeve. This is actually a resolution I'm having to make, because every day I'm having to do this and it pisses me off. Okay, so if you're like me and you're wearing your mask and trying to do the right thing, and you see someone walking without a mask, it's so hard for me not to say to them, what the fuck, wear your mask, motherfucker. Like, it really is, because I'm like, you're spreading this disease around, and even if you don't believe it and you don't believe what they're saying out there and how it's spread, the government's asking you to wear a mask. Like, they're saying this is all we know what to do. Like, is it so hard to wear a mask? It's not infringing on your human rights. You're infringing on my right to breathe and be healthy. And that's all that I know. And at the end of this, we will really know the outcome. But until we do, wear your flippin' mask. But I'm going to have to restrain myself. Because it's hard for me. I give the evil Janelle stares. I do. And I look, I'll grab my mask and kind of look at them like, I'm wearing one. Like, where's yours? But I've learned not to shout out to people because it doesn't always go down so well. And like, you know, what if like someone gets defiant with you and then gets close enough to you and they just cough just to piss you off and they have the virus and a little bit gets in there under the mask there and next thing you know, you got COVID. So control yourself. So I guess that's the message of my whole message. Control yourself. Control yourself with everything you do. Be kind, be grateful, be cautious, be safe, be healthy. But remember, we're all part of this journey and we have to get through this together. And you know, instead of like trying to make yourself crazy about changing things you need to change, you can only control what's in your environment right now and try to get this vessel that you've been given, keep it as healthy as you can. Try to be positive, and I've had my moments, trust me. Not going home for Christmas, that was a tough one for me. But we all have our tough moments right now. We have to look at the blessings we have, the people around us who love us, the people who are supportive of us and kindness, and look to your blessings. And in the meantime, I'm not overindulging, but I'm going to have a little wine. Enjoy my Wine Down Wednesday. And I'm telling you to do the same. Enjoy your life as best you can right now. Don't make any resolutions you can't keep. And remember, we're still stuck in a tough world. And it's going to be like that for some time, but it's going to change. I can't wait to get my little vaccine. I'm like, yes, right there. I'm ready for it. Bring it on, vaccine. I want to get back to my life. Anyway, on that note, happy Wine Down Wednesday, first Wine Down Wednesday of the new year, and I'm trying to stay positive. And anyway, kisses everybody, put in a little music. I think that's Queen in the background, I don't know. I just have some music on. Anyway, have a good day, and it's the start of the new year, sending blessings and love and happiness to everybody, and make every day the best you can. Glass half full. I'll give love a chance back in 2021, halfway through the year, when we can be in love and happy again. And until that time, I got my television, and stuff look like Millie Bear and Teddy. What am I going to do? Make the best of the situation.